It's awesome.
What is?
Or the microphone because of it's sped.
I have a, we'll talk about it. I have like $1,000 kit that I'm gonna buy that is perfect for all of this stuff. It will last forever and ever.
Okay, I think we will go ahead and get started. We might want to turn the volume down on that. Well, I can like hear. Yeah. And just, oh, it's on the red button.
Red, okay.
Thank you, Dawn.
Hi, y'all.
A little delayed because I see myself still sitting down. Okay. All right, we will go ahead and get started. The first thing we have on the agenda is the Watchdogs. The Watchdogs program that we had James was not able to be here today, he's out of town. But last month, January 26th, we kicked it off and we had a huge turnout. It was really exciting. We had lots and lots of dads wanting to get involved. It starts Tuesday, correct, next Tuesday. We had a practice run that went through. How did that go?
So my husband did the practice run on Friday. We did a schedule for him. He loved it, y'all.
Recess was awesome. He was so awesome.
His particular favorite, which I thought kind of was gonna be was Head Start. He went out and went out with him at recess, and there was one kid who he just connected with, played with. Ms. Hamilton said that he had already had kind of a rough morning, and then she said after that, he was like this the rest of the day. She was like, it's like his little love tank got filled or something.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was actually like, he was asking me all about him. So that was actually his favorite part too. But I think his feedback was just, about teachers really invite, because my husband's pretty outgoing and he knows the staff here, but for older dads who maybe don't come a lot or that aren't as outgoing, really having something for the teachers, having something to plan for them, active to kind of do with the kids, to make them feel welcome as soon as they walk in.
Especially maybe if they're in a room that they don't, if they're not in their own child's classroom and maybe they don't know the kids. Okay.
And then he really liked the active kinds of things. So he, first grade PE was another thing that I was like, you're going to first grade PE. Loved it. He was so mad because Jeff had the schedule wrong. He had him there till 12, but the girls' lunch started at 11:45. I said, come here. He's like, no. He was in the middle of something in PE, and I said, no, you need to go. The girls are waiting for you on stage. He's like, I'm in the middle of it. They're waiting for you on stage. Like, you have to go eat with them, or else they're going to melt down. So he really enjoyed himself. And we're going to debrief tomorrow in a meeting, and he can kind of go through everything and give suggestions. So I think it's going to be, every teacher was just like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing. The kids were excited because he had this shirt on, and he got, the watchdog came to our class. So I think it's going to be really good.
How many classes did he go to?
He went, I didn't bring his schedule with me, but let me try to think off the top of my head. So he went first, he did breakfast duty, and he did, I know he went into second grade, he went into third grade, he went into fourth grade, I think he went into Miss Englehart's class, he did Head Start, he did first grade PE, he went into Miss Edwards' class. I think he did every grade
Level, one of the classrooms.
Yeah, and then he did lunch and recess with Macy and Marley, so second grade.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so every dad will get to do lunch and recess with their kid. So for him, it was back to back, so it was a whole hour, but I know other ones are a little different. But they were all,
Oh, yeah, they had it, like, all the kids were out, like, in this big circle, and he was, like, in the middle, like, it was just awesome.
Yeah, lots of fun.
That's good. It officially starts February 22nd, and most days we have 2 dads that will be on campus. Some days right now we still just have 1 slot filled. A signupgenius.com was sent out to the directory with a link to sign up for one of the days. I believe over half the spots are filled, and I haven't checked it lately to see if more have gotten filled, but the key really too is just making sure they have their background check completed on CSISD's website, and I know there's a link on our Facebook page to that as well. But yeah, I think the biggest thing we need to do right now is we need to get t-shirts ordered, and that's, I think, on me, so I need to get on that. But like, Ms. DeLuna said, we will be debriefing tomorrow and getting all of that squared away, but pretty excited to get it kicked off.
And I do think we have a couple of extra shirts just for
That's-
the ones who are starting maybe
Yeah.
next week.
That's kind of what I was thinking, and they're pretty, the turnarounds for when we order things through there is pretty quick, so
Yeah,
I
and
think we can.
Jeff asked him, what do you think about, would you wish you could have stayed longer? Because it was no longer than an hour everywhere he went. And he said, actually, like, the more places that you can get to, rather than staying 2 hours, the fact that he got to go to every grade level, he thought was better, and he, I think he had a really appreciation too for the profession.
Yeah.
So,
That's always a bonus.
yeah.
Moving on, our next big thing is Family Fun Night. Stacy, I'll let Stacy go more into that, later, unless you need to do it now. Okay. But that is coming up March 2nd. So, that's just kind of our next really big thing to kind of keep on your radar. And like I said, she'll go more into detail with what the needs are for that and what all is already set up. Yesterday, Carla, Kristen, and I went to the PTO Expo, which is in Conroe. And it was kind of a lot of the same, for those of you that were there last year, a lot of the same, just a lot of different fundraising opportunities. We feel pretty good in the fundraising things that we have going on right now. So we didn't spend too much time on that. One of the booths, so that we spent most of our time was at Spirit Monkey, which for those of you who have been a part of the board and our talk since last year, it's something we've been looking into, and we wanted to get going for this year, but it just didn't quite happen. So we stopped and talked to her for a little bit, and Pebble Creek also does Spirit Monkey, and one of the things she said that we thought was really interesting, for those of you that don't know what Spirit Monkey is, it's these little spirit sticks,
Like a positive reinforcement.
a positive reinforcement thing that, teachers could give out, the school could give out, but then also that we could sell at different events, and they put them on a little keychain that everybody would get, and it's just kind of a fun thing to collect, and anyways, but you buy them in bags of 100, and sometimes you need less.
Can't hear y'all.
Oh, okay, okay.
So everybody say hi.
So if you just need, maybe like 50 of something and not 100, you can partner up with Pebble Creek and we can share some, things like that. So that, I hadn't thought about that. And she also said once you make your initial purchase in Spirit Monkey that you get added to a secret Facebook group where you can buy, sell, and trade spirit sticks. So I thought that was really interesting also. So if we want to get that going again, I think it would be fun. So we'll kind of need to get the ball rolling on that. It would be better to do it before the end of the year because they have a ton of orders placed in June. So if we want to get it going for next year, then that's
How do
something.
y'all feel about that? I mean, as a teacher?
I mean, I think.
Because I know every classroom has their own
we-
little incentive, but.
Yeah, I talked to Mr. Duran about it for quite a bit last year, and I think, did he talk to y'all about it at all? Yeah, I don't know if it,
I think it
why
would
you
just be
made it that
something
far.
that we and people would just wanna know, I wouldn't, just know more about it.
Yeah.
If it's something that, I think if it's something that could, feel more uniting for the campus as a whole, and it would be something easy to implement and that maybe could even take the place or go hand in hand with some other kind of positive reinforcer that you're already doing, I don't see why there would be any
And
pushback for it.
one of the things that we had talked about utilizing it for was for Treasure Gator and Golden Gator, and 'cause we can get custom spirit sticks made. When you get custom ones, you have to do 1,000. But it would be something you could utilize year after year, so, yeah. I don't know, we wouldn't be able to get the individual, like the gracious, because we'd have to get 1,000 of each one, and that's a lot.
Well, even the tags they give us don't have anything specific. The kids, the ones that go in their backpack already, there's no specific.
Yeah, that's true, but we could get like a G period, A period, T, so, there are lots of different things that we could do with it, so, anyways, if we do wanna get that going, it would be good to get it going before the end of the year, but we can continue that conversation later. The other thing Miss Mooring stopped by, wanted to talk about is Relay for Life. Relay for Life is May 5th through 6th. A flyer went home, I think it was this week, about joining the Relay for Life team. That's open to anybody. So if you join the Relay for Life team, you kind of just help promote it and raise money that will go towards the Creekview Relay for Life team. The other thing they have some lemonade day sales coming up Thursday, March 9th, and this would be after school from 2:45 to 3:25, and then Friday, April 28th from 2:45 to 3:25. If you've been around before, she just kind of sets up, makes the lemonade, and then we come and help sell it to the cars that are coming through, and also to the walkers, and it's pretty easy. So if you're available to help any of those days, just right after school at pickup, I know Miss Mooring would really appreciate it. So you can just let me know. I'll send out some more emails also. And then I think that's pretty much what I have. Our next meeting will be Thursday, March 23rd, and we will do an evening meeting. That will be our last evening meeting of the school year. Our April meeting will be, I skipped. Our April meeting will be a lunch meeting. The other thing, it is that time of year again to start thinking about the positions for next year. So if you want to try a different position, or if you are just wanting to keep it and stay the same, it's just time to start thinking about that and letting me know. I'll start hunting y'all down pretty soon. So next we will go on to Spirit Night. Hold on, sorry. Skipping over box tops. Brenda said the next collection competition will end February 24th, and the winning class will get blow pops. So just keep sending your box tops in. It's a lot of B's, a lot of alliteration there. Send your box tops in and we'll just double check to make sure they're not expired. So, all right, Jen.
Our next event is coming up next Thursday, the 23rd, at Jumping World. I just got flyers out in the mailbox today, so that'll be there. And another one in March is for Marco's Pizza. It's an all-day event, but they're going to be keeping track anytime we call in or order online. There's a way to do it that they're going to keep track of the teachers, the classroom teachers that you're ordering under, and whoever has the most orders that day, they'll be able to tell us at the end of the night that classroom will win a pizza party later on in the year for their schools. So that's pretty much it.
And then April is Fuddruckers. That's a new one that just got scheduled, April 24th. And Fuddruckers is all day, correct?
Yes.
But then from 4 p.m. to close.
They have their kids' night specials that are, starting at 4, it's 99 cents for kids' meals per adult combo, so. Yep.
Okay. Oh, I told you, I am losing my mind.
It's okay.
Okay, and I totally skipped over Miss Saluna.
It's all right. I want to spend your time of my own. So we already talked about some of the stuff. The family night, I think we're excited about that. I'm excited that it's called Family Night. Maybe maybe that'll bring out a different crew. I don't know. We'll see. February 27th and March 3rd is going to be closed campus. I think that went out in blast, but just so that y'all know, we're going to
Say
have
those dates again.
February 27th and March 3rd. Those are going to be practice star days for 3rd and 4th grade. And so we kind of like to run that day like the STAR test for their sake, so they know what the day's going to be like. And so we just close the campus because their lunches are a little bit different that day. And then of course the real writing test, March 28th, that will also be closed. Probably a day or two in there, but you'll get a blast about that. We're, like I said, very excited about Watchdogs. The blast also said Evie White was coming, but it's actually Evie Lewis. Evie White. illustrator who is out, you see on the wall out there, and will be here the 2nd through the 4th to visit, so we're excited about that. I think, no, 2nd through 4th grade. The date is, I'm not sure, I have it on my calendar. Just so you all know, we've been doing a lot of work with safety around the campus. We have an audit this year from the state. They come every 3 years, and so they came this spring right before I started, so now it's back again. And so we've been doing some things around campus. We've had some people try to sneak around without a badge and see how that went. And of course, we're doing all of our drills and things and making sure we have our maps up and everything like that. So if there's ever any safety concern you have, that is my area. So bring it to me, ask questions. I'm always open to suggestions. But we've really been trying to tell parents, wear your badge where we can see it. Keep it on until you leave. If you have a jacket on, put it on your exterior clothing so that we can know that you're supposed to be here. And we've been telling our kids, do not open the door for anybody. Any exterior doors for any adult, even if it's a teacher, even if they have a badge. It's just best practice for them not to. I know we want them to have good manners. If you see a teacher struggling in the rain and they have a handful of stuff, but really the safest thing is for for the adult to take care of that themselves, because we can get in the building. So we've been really trying to hit home with them. Please don't open the door.
And then just along those lines, like she was saying, we know the kids will recognize us, and we're still encouraging them not to, let us in if they see us at the door. Along those same lines, we're trying to, at least I know in 4th grade, encourage the kids also to help us look for badges. And so, I know we're even telling them, even if it's somebody, it just kind of gets you in the habit of looking for them. So if you have a kid, help them be diligent about that. And if you have a kiddo that asks about a badge, and you're like, who I am, kind of thing, that's just something that we're trying to be more aware of ourselves. And a lot of times, I know for me, my students can keep me more accountable than I can on my own sometimes. So it takes a village to help this cause her. So just know that might be happening too.
Yeah, so if they ask you, praise them. They're doing a good job. They're doing the right thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Questions about, anybody have questions about
It's
safety?
sitting on my small group table that goes eating my lunch. I'm all like, where is your badge?
Like the camp teachers, do they have, I know some in a couple classes, do they have the amount of students for each class, like 13 kids or whatever?
They should.
Okay, I think they did, but I can't.
Yeah, they should
And
on
then
their rosters.
They have
They have an emergency backpack, that goes with them, that we just had them bring to the staff meeting to kind of refill anything that needs to be filled in the emergency backpack. It should have the emergency procedures if we ever have to evacuate the site. Our primary evacuation place is Cypress Grove, and secondary is CSMS, which I don't know, this is kind of strange, but it's a hike.
I was gonna say, I don't remember for sure, so I don't wanna say anything, but like in the substitute list, sometimes maybe have say backpack is located, so if there's a fire drill or something, that they know
Yes.
where it is, or like the sub knows where it is.
Okay.
And
And I think-
usually, in most classrooms, it's a student's job.
Right, to grab it,
So-
but if they're changing it, if it's art,
But art doesn't have its own. So
They go with the
come,
class.
they
Yeah.
come with
Every
their own
class
class.
has
they
its
come with,
own.
okay,
Yeah.
Yes.
I see what you're saying, okay. That's what I was asking, so you answered the question.
Okay, any other questions about safety? We had our Parents Matter Night last week, and we, I think it was a really good night for those who came. We had 16 different presentations that went on, and you could go to 2 different ones. We had about 50 families show up, and we had some presentations who, had a good amount, and some who didn't have any show up, and so I think we need to talk about and get feedback from y'all on how to beef it up for next year, or for the next time we do it, so that we have more parents come. I don't know if we might be asking, for some money to provide, I think since it was during dinner time, maybe if we started with some pizza and then broke out, it might have helped. I don't know. Anybody have any thoughts or ideas on that?
I think you can never go wrong with food. That's a way to get people, well, no,
I think think another thing that we were discussing in fourth grade too, in terms of, okay, cause we love the idea of it. I felt like, you know, that the information that Crystal and I, you know, had to share, we like really wanted parents to hear it. And so there was also some discussion on would this be more beneficial, you know, to do toward, like, in the beginning of the year, as you have like kind of like, I know a lot of the sessions, and not all of them, but a lot of the sessions had to do with like what's going on within that grade level, or within that subject, or within the year. So would that maybe feel helpful to for parents to know kind of like, okay, this is coming up this year, but then I know there's also kind of, also the argument of maybe it's nice to kind of have a little bit of a refresher in the spring, once, you know, kind of you get into the kind of mundane of everything. So, but that was one thing we talked about, that, I mean, I know like orientation, we have, you know, a ton of parents show up for orientation. Is there some way to kind of couple those together? Just kind of some things like that were some of the ideas we were talking about in fourth grade.
Yeah, but we really enjoyed it. The presenters had a great time. So it's something that I think that we'll continue to do. I think that the choice in getting to go, because you could do a little bit, you know, I did discipline, Susan did emotional learning, and then you could do fourth grade, you know, content, you could do kindergarten, talk about math. So there was all kinds of different things you could do, so.
One of the things though too is having 16 to choose from, 2 different times, maybe have 8 go the first session and then 8 the next, or however many you have, so that you do have more, or if somebody just wants to hear one, and I know that they were free to lead, to kind of come and go, but you, sometimes too many choices, it's very thinned out that way.
Yeah.
Until it starts getting, it's a normal thing and something that's established, and you need to open it up to debate, hey, there's 2 sessions.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Cause I have 2 kids, and so it was hard to, you know, you have to choose. Do you wanna do the stuff for this kid, or do you wanna do the stuff for the, you know, which one's more beneficial?
It might be helpful to look at recording some of the sessions.
I was,
For
yeah.
people, I mean, even if it wasn't live streamed, to record and post later.
Just to maybe
I know that's
see
a
what
lot of
it was,
work,
maybe
that's
that's something
16
I found
sessions.
Great idea. Yeah, no, we could, actually, we talked about it. I don't know, we were gonna record or not, but that is another good idea.
It's a big
We
undertaking,
are
but-
going to post, we're gonna
Yeah.
post our handouts and our presentations for parents who couldn't come. And so that will be coming soon.
That's good.
And then just the other thing that was in there is just a reminder, flu and all that is running rampant right now. So we're really reminding kids to wash their hands all the time. As soon as they get home, have them wash, have them sanitize. And then Golden Gators is coming up here, March 9th and 10th.
Yeah.
I think that's about all.
Sorry for skipping it. I am all over the place lately. And on that note, just to carry over, as she said, Golden Gator Awards are Thursday, March 9th is kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade. Friday, March 10th is 3rd and 4th. I haven't heard from Dayana as to whether or not she'll be able to cover pictures. I'm sure she will, and if not, she'll let us know, but I know she is always looking for people to be in the gator suit. So, you're not in the gator suit for long, it's pretty quick, but if you're able to help out for any of those, I know it would be much appreciated.
have any watchdogs that day too.
Ooh, that idea, who is that?
Yes, very good idea, yeah.
I don't know.
It's a great volunteer opportunity.
It doesn't take long. Yearbook, Lindsay said last day to submit photos is February 24th, so that, I believe, is next week.
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, and we still need lots of photos. So she's set up really a really easy way to submit photos is just emailing them to creekviewphotos@gmail.com. And maybe we can have Carla, if you're listening, post that link to on our Facebook page, or the email on the Facebook page. And also a request for teachers to submit photos. I know, a lot of the teachers have their Facebook pages. I don't know if they can, if there's an easy way to add Lindsay to them, or they're all so different, but it, you know, just emailing them to the Creek View photos, and, cause that's a great way to just get like everybody in the class, you know, and.
So can you send an email to teachers and say either email them or add her?
Yeah, because Mrs. Johnson, Mrs. Sigler, they all take a bunch of pictures,
Yeah,
post
they
them
have
on
their
their
website.
websites all the time.
Yeah.
So I was gonna take
Yeah.
some off, but I didn't know without asking, so. Miss
Yeah.
Hart and Miss Dingo, I don't know if they did too, so I know lots of teachers have.
Yeah, lots of teachers have them, and there's lots
On
to.
the top of the website.
Okay, yeah. So just getting those to her by next Friday. And there's an app where you can submit them, and you can also submit them online at images.balfour.com, so.
And do we need to say grade level and all that?
Yeah, as much information as you could submit, so if you do submit pictures, even in an email, just say what grade, what teacher, if you know the names of the kids in them, great. Yeah, just as much information as you have would be helpful. Book fair is set up for, the setup of the book fair will be April 5th. The preview for kids will be April 6th. And sales will be April 7th, 10th, and 11th, with the takedown on April 12th. And the theme is the Happy Campers, more fun with books. And I'm sure there will be, closer to that date, an email with a sign up to help for volunteers.
Are they gonna do it the same way they did last time through Scholastic, or are they gonna do it through yours?
I don't know, that's a good
I
question.
never signed up last time.
I know.
Because I had to create an account and I never did it.
The problem with the Scholastic sign up, I know, was that you have to create an account with Scholastic.
Yeah.
Which I think kept a lot of people from actually volunteering. So that is a question we'll have to ask Leah and Miss Blockson. So I don't know if we could, I know it probably kept people from doing it, so. All right, on to Family Fun Night, yes.
Did you skip staff appreciation? Do we need to second that?
Yes, I did. Am I fired yet?
No, you don't get paid, so we're not gonna fire you. It's a volunteer position.
We have to stay another year.
Do we have anybody from staff appreciation?
No, but they updated, well, and then
There's no
Carla.
dates, though,
The schedule's still the same, I think we
Yeah,
already did the February one.
Yeah, they did it, I think, last week. Did it go on Valentine's Day, or was it the day before? They sent out, they got free nothing but cakes, little coupons, and,
Coffee.
K cups, yeah, it was cute. The March one is gonna be a popcorn bar and a movie, and, I believe they will be asking for donations, probably for the popcorn bar. So I'm sure there'll be a sign up for that, but yeah, I don't have a date. Let's see, Carla texted me,
She did.
yeah, shouldn't have a date, just that they will be asking for donations for the popcorn bar. April, they're gonna do something with Bahama Bucks, and then May, of course, that first week of May is Teacher Appreciation Week. So they're still working on putting all that together. All right, now Family Fun Night.
So we're just working out lots of little details at this point. We have 68 pizzas donated so far, and more funds came in that we weren't exactly expecting. So I think we're gonna shoot for somewhere around 100 pizzas total. That would give 500, if 500 people show up, which I don't know if that's overshooting it or not. I think there were like 300.
I think when you take into account kids, and especially with the program.
I think last year the number was like 314 meals were like pre-ordered last year. So with more advertisement this year.
Well, and they were more expensive than just
Yeah.
pizza, so,
And kids like pizza.
and kids like, yeah, and it wasn't, well, it's not gonna be free, it'll be $1 a slice.
Yeah,
It's a little more flexible too for.
Right.
If you decide last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of what Stacy and I were trying to figure out, what is 100?
So that would be.
I think I think we definitely need at least 100,
Yeah.
because, yeah, 1,000 slices, and that's,
Two.
Yeah.
On them each eating two at least.
right.
Especially with the dad, they might even get 5.
Well, and I know sometimes, I mean, gosh, my kids will put down quite a few.
Yeah.
So,
Are they all from the same place?
Yeah, I think we're.
no, I think they're from, a couple from different,
So there's, Double Dave's donated 10 pizzas, and then the rest, I found the cheapest to be at CC's for
Yeah.
$4.99 each.
Right.
They're 10 slices in a box, so, I think we're gonna get the rest from there. And I called them today just to see like what they could handle, and they said that they've put out like 400 pizzas before for an event, so.
okay.
I don't know if that'll fit in anybody's car, but.
Right,
No.
that's on the volunteer sign
Well,
up.
the only thing is you have to go through the drive-through too.
Yeah, that
They require
express.
To get that price, you have to go through the drive-through window, like, you have to drive through the window.
Silly.
Cause we did it for her birthday, and I was like, oh, can I? She's like, no, it has to go through the window, so you have to go
That would be
through the
fun.
window to get that price. Just so.
With the tractor trailer.
Can you put them in the back, please?
Yeah. I'm sure they'd be for a event though, they'd be willing to work with us, so. Yeah, so I think that's just kind of what we're trying to figure out right now is how much pizza we need to, I mean, and if we run out, we run out, and I mean, first come, first serve, so.
I don't think, 100 pizzas, if we landed on that number, I don't know, you can't really be mad if you show up and there's.
Yeah, and that's true, if we get to
Go Marcos.
6:15 and we're already,
Right,
but yeah,
yeah.
Hot and ready, yeah.
yeah.
We ran out really fast at Wash Dogs, but it was free and there was nobody
Serving
do
it.
it.
That,
So,
at first they were talking about free and I was like, I don't know that will, yeah.
People will be taking whole boxes probably.
Yeah, so we've already been talking about next year, how to help control that a little bit.
And then we're gonna have nothing but cakes, so not the tiny buntinis, but the next size up, and sell those. We're gonna have 3 different flavors. They've agreed to sell them to us for $3.50 each, and then we'll sell them for $5 a piece. That's another number we need to land on though. We're
Yeah.
kinda somewhere between 50
Because
and
whatever
100.
we buy from them, we're stuck with.
Yeah,
So
so we
we were trying to figure out what a good number is.
Yeah, and based on the last year food situation, my
That,
sense was
that
to be
was,
conservative
yes,
rather
but it's
than
very different,
overbuy.
a very different situation though.
Or
Right.
you can
So-
always just change the March staff appreciation.
to the next day.
Well, and that's
Like,
actually
We'll
exactly
take care of
what
it
I
next
said.
year.
Yeah. We will have a problem getting rid of it.
Like, could we,
Those
cause Cypress
things will
is
sit
selling,
for
like,
a
you
while
buy
and
it for
still be
$5 for a coupon, and you go and you can get it.
That's a whole different conversation.
That's like a cigarette
Um,
night type fundraiser.
Yeah, and
We
we,
don't just
concept,
have
but
you
we're
do
just
auction of
pre-ordering.
both.
Yeah.
Like, you could either buy one that night or just buy a coupon and get it at when you want to get it.
Yeah.
You could do something like that.
But we need dessert for the pizza. Yeah.
Yeah.
The pizza. Yeah.
I think we'll have water and tea for drinks.
Yeah,
Not for
water for
charge.
sure. Yeah, we were just gonna do the drinks for free, cause the bottled water's getting donated, and then, we're working on tea donations, but if those don't come through, then we'll have water for sure. Okay, so that's food. Anybody have any questions on food? The goodie bags that we're gonna do, we've got some good stuff that's going in those. I'm kind of excited. I wish I could get one, but I won't. So that's moving along fine. Silent auction, we've had a good response from local businesses. We have 33 different donations so far and some really cool, lots of different like summer camp type activities that are being donated for like a week of something. Tutoring facilities are donating scholarships. And then also just some, retail type, Kendra Scott sent a necklace and bracelet. So lots of different fun stuff.
Versus Clark, here we go.
Yeah.
Essentially, my earring.
And then hopefully by Friday, we can have most of the teacher and staff donations.
Yeah, I sent out a reminder email this week to staff about that. I know, like, for instance, our team, we already know what we're doing. We're meeting today to like nail down a date, because a lot of it is like you want to go ahead and have the date on there. Well, if you're doing it as a group, because then, parents, if they know it's a day that it's not gonna work for them,
teachers have been reminded,
Okay.
and, actually, Stacy and I were talking too, I know that, like, for our castle, classes are gonna try to do almost like a pre-auction kind of thing, cause a lot of those families, it's too overwhelming, for them to
okay.
actually come to Family Fun Night, and, but, Jen Luther and Jamie Brooke were saying they would love to be able to donate something for their parents to have an opportunity to vote, to, you know, to auction on, so we're working on, them being able to kind of do something that maybe won't be here,
Yeah.
but where they'll still be able to kind of participate.
Oh, that's neat, that's a neat idea.
Can I say something to that? And maybe you can, I don't know, just the way that we've been doing it. The reason that we want something, and I don't care if there's a date right now, but we want to make a list so that parents know ahead of time, because I know for the first 2 years that we were here, I had no idea that the teachers auctioned anything up. I never went in there, and so like if we can send a flyer home and say, these are what's the teachers are auctioning off, it doesn't, you know,
Yeah.
so if you don't necessarily have a specific date, but we need that flyer to kind of.
Right, and I,
Get out.
in the email I sent out, I said, you know, have it to Ms. Jenkins by Friday the 17th, so
Okay.
they should have them all in by tomorrow.
Okay,
She's got a good stack already.
do what?
She's got a good stack going on.
Yeah, I've looked, I just have to, yeah.
Okay, so I've confirmed that the Chick-fil-A cow will be here at the front door handing out coupons, so hopefully that'll, you know, bring people by that are driving by, they're like, no, I don't want them. And then Carla and her husband are actually gonna build this, I haven't seen it yet, but, like to go along with the adventure theme, like a tent, like some sort of thing to go under the front entryway, so the kids can kind of walk through it and like photo op, you know, take some pictures or whatnot.
So you're not gonna do the red.
No, they're kind of going with the third grade, or the first grade programs theme. So
Just
they're
adventure
going with
away.
that, yeah.
The HEB buddy mascot guy, might be here, but we haven't confirmed that yet. Still waiting to see if his schedule, if he's available. Got lots of really cool presenters, confirmed. All the ones listed here are definitely gonna be here, set up throughout the pods. Are the tables in most of the pods, are they shorter for the kids?
Depends.
Or are they
The ones in
different?
Kinder might be shorter than.
Okay, cause I was thinking if they're gonna use those tables, I don't know if we can like put risers under them or something.
We haven't had a problem in
It's
the
been fine.
past
Okay,
with, we've just used what's in there.
They
Okay.
just stay in.
okay,
They
Or
don't
they,
sit.
yeah, or some, yeah, I mean, or they sit, like, I mean, they kind of do
It
both,
works.
it's,
Yeah, it works.
yeah,
it works, okay.
yeah.
Volunteer signups, I made a list and sent it to Jenny early this morning, late last night. And I was kind of overwhelmed at the amount of volunteers that I came up with. It was like 91, which is probably impossible to get that many people. But I have 3 contacts at College Station High School that we're gonna get with too, to see if their kids need volunteer hours for certain things. So we might have to shave down some of the volunteers, but
Well,
hopefully.
I mean, you ask for what you want
Yeah.
and.
The core is always real good too.
Okay,
They always need service hours.
Okay.
And
So
the
they're
kids
good
club,
for,
like our kids club kids are just wonderful.
yeah, and the
They'll
kids
just,
are kids.
okay.
you can ask
Because
them.
it kind of picks up right when they're done.
So they just like to stay, and they'll stay sometimes and watch the program just to
Okay.
help take down. I mean, they're great kids.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So the next flyer going out, I'm shooting for Tuesday of next week, just depending on how quickly it can get copied after I get all the silent auction stuff ready to go. But that's it, it's all coming together. Door prizes, yes. So we had some extra money in our budget and decided to not do a raffle, but just a drawing for a free drawing for door prizes. And we're going to do a Kindle Fire 8, one of the new ones that came out, and then the Amazon Home Alexa person. And then we also plan on having rosters at the front door and kind of do a, class that gets the most kids brought in, where we're gonna do a Bahama Buck snow cone party for them sometime in March. So,
Yeah, the reason we have money left is because Stacy's done a great job getting donations for almost everything, so I think all the food, everything so far has been covered with donations, which is really great.
And she just secured
Another
a $500 sponsorship from Stylecraft.
Hopefully it gets here before. Didn't want to be too pressing, like, when are you gonna bring that back?
I'll get it.
But I was like, I'll drop by, and they were like, no, we'll drop it off. I was like,
Yeah, Mr. Delinda worked it.
Oh,
Yeah, he was
okay,
like,
oh, well.
he texted me, he's like, hey, I just wanted to give you $1,200. Sweet.
Awesome.
So I don't mind pressing.
Okay, good deal, so, yeah. Yeah, it's
There's
been
a lot of exciting stuff. So
Yeah,
hopefully we get
I'm really
participation
excited
out.
about, some of the stuff that y'all are doing with this year. I think it's gonna be fun. And I think also, a big help too is the name change. Calling it Family Fun Night, I think it just helps.
I really hope that, like,
Let,
families come out and not feeling like they have to spend, hundreds of dollars or even
but
less
if you
than
want
that.
to, great.
Right, right, if you want to, awesome.
Thanks, Liz.
Come.
Yeah,
But,
thank you.
And then just, I'll say real quick since I've gotta go, but fourth grade everything's a go. We're going on our Austin field trip next Friday, the 24th. This will be the first time we've done this, leaving at 7:45, coming back at 5:30. There's been a lot going into planning it, and it wouldn't have been possible without you guys helping us as well financially. The buses, even taking school buses, is a huge expense. So we're really excited. The kids are so pumped, and so we look forward to reporting back on how that went.
Okay, y'all have fun. Anything else with Family Fun Night? Any questions?
Oh, I was gonna ask, how do we coordinate, like, putting it on the sign out front? Like, once there's room on there, once,
Mary Jane,
okay,
email her.
okay,
I think she was going to put it on.
okay.
I think I've seen it on the website already. I think we had also talked to Carla about with
Yeah,
the
she's
silent
gonna
auction
start.
items and stuff, is really kicking up the Facebook presence with kind of advertising some of the cooler stuff we're doing, or some of the cooler
Mhm,
silent auction
mhm.
items, because
That's a good idea.
I like silent auctions, they're fun.
Oh, yeah.
So we're trying to get as much information out there to parents.
Yeah, and Miss Adams that we talked about with the pictures,
Yes.
Stacy, she also is doing the
Oh,
Creek
She does
News,
the whole actual Creek page,
the element,
Oh,
yeah,
so she can put stuff too, cause
Yeah.
everybody that's, part of that will see it.
yeah, that's a good idea.
I have asked Lindsay for an exception so that we can maybe get Family Fun Night pictures into the yearbook, even though it's technically a week or so after the cutoff. So we'll see that, because I would like to also, if we could get a page in the yearbook, that'll help with, I think, future year
Promoting it in the
participation.
future.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That more people know, look and see it,
that's a good idea.
something,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cool. School sponsorships, I know Elizabeth's already been working on a design for next year's t-shirts, so I'm not sure if she's shared that yet with Mr. Duran or y'all, but I know she's been sending me some samples, and so she's on that. I think that's about it. We already talked about watchdogs. Does anybody else have anything they wanted to bring up or ask? Unless I skipped anything else, y'all double check. So, okay, well, on that note, we have a motion to adjourn the meeting.
A motion we adjourn.
Okay, second?
A second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all right, we'll see y'all then.
We had 5 people watching.